Yes, indeed. Get everything started here. There we go. There it is, ladies and gentlemen. It's your boy Sal in the building. Running a little bit late, but I'm here. Running a little bit late, but I'm here. Let me refresh the chat. Thank you to everybody who's joining me now and in the future. I'm glad to be back on, ladies and gentlemen. Man, the market is just doing its own fucking thing, man. It's just doing its own thing. I don't even want to call it anymore because now it's thinking about breaking out. Oh, man, this market. I'm starting to really believe in efficient market hypothesis. Or efficient market theory. Well, let's just call it the random walk theory. I think that makes more sense. Random walk theory. Because I'm just starting to believe that shit. Because it's like you can't really pinpoint this shit. Shout out to everybody in the chat room. Kenny Nichols, Muckman, Con NJ, TJ the Great, Ricardo Joseph. Who else is in here? Mr. JRH, Cruz Cuts, Hickamizer L. Yo, Ricky Lindo. What's going on, bro? So I'm in the building, ladies and gentlemen. Let's go ahead and get the show started. Lania Williams, Ricky Sorban, Michael Cummings. We are live. We are live, ladies and gentlemen. This is episode 207 for August 30th, 2017. Thank you for joining me. First and foremost, the worst stock on the exchange today was OTIC, drug company. They came out this morning. Jeff there, what's up, bro? They came out this morning. He said he got an alert on Clicklia. Cool. We'll check that out in a bit. Came out this morning. They said that their flag drug basically failed phase 3, and the stock lost damn near its entire value. 82% of the stock's value was lost in one day today. Man, that's devastating. When a stock loses, can you imagine losing $17 a share? I don't even feel bad for the investors as much as I feel bad for management. I feel bad for management. I feel bad for the scientists. I feel bad for the people that get paid by shares. Because you got to understand, a lot of these, small cap stocks, they pay people by issuing shares a lot of times, right? At the beginning of them getting listed or when they go public. The investment bankers who took them public, get them listed on these exchanges, they're paid in shares a lot of times because these companies don't have the cash to front. So very devastating loss for the investors and everybody behind OTIC. The stock had been, doing pretty well, this summer. Been doing pretty well this summer. I mean, you gained over $5 of value since May, and for that to happen, I mean, that's just devastating. As you can see, everybody dumped and ran today in OTIC. Interesting enough, their drug, their big time play to fame for that drug was vertigo, which is a thing where you have dizziness and you feel off balance and shit like that. So could have been something that, could have been found in airports all around the country and sporting events and all that kind of, stuff. Could have been big. Could have been big. So now they got to go back to the drawing board. Not saying it's game over for them, but they got to go back to the drawing board and figure it out. Go back to the drawing board and figure it out. Now, here's the thing. This could be a huge dip buy tomorrow, or it could continue to sell off. I'm not sure. I thought RTNB, if you guys remember RTNB, when RTNB did what it was supposed to do, it sold off, very aggressively. That was over a couple days, but you know, and then you had a dip buying opportunity when the selling was complete. When the selling was complete. So I see very similar things for this drug. All right. Let's not deny the fact that it was a phase 3 drug. So there was significant amount of development that's been implemented already in the process. So there are things that they can, do to pick up the pieces and try to build from here. But I'm not sure if that $3 is bottom just yet. Yeah. Yeah, bro, I'm actually not, these are not glasses per se. These are my blue blockers. They're computer glasses. You can get them off eBay for like $10. And they block out the blue light that comes from computer screens and cell phones, because that shit hurts your eyes. And when you're at home all day, working from the house, looking at screens, man, I found myself sometimes I would get a headache or some shit like that. So during the day, I actually wear these. I actually wear these all day, and they block blue light from computer monitors. And I have never, since wearing these, I have not had a headache. I've not had, any kind of like dry eye or anything like that. It's been just beautiful. No strains or anything like that. So get yourself a pair, especially if you're in front of a computer a lot. Man, it feel incredible. Feel incredible. Yeah, so what you're seeing is just, not only the screen bouncing off, but the blue light being rejected by the lenses. All right, so let's go ahead and get to it. I'm going to start wearing these more often. You probably start to see them wear every day. Because it's basically what I wear every day when I'm trading anyway. All right, so RTNB, didn't pick itself up. Here's the RTNB chart. Selling off. Thought maybe we would find a bottom again today in that stock. Didn't really bring it up yesterday because I wasn't too sure. My analysis wasn't sure on it. But it is what it is. Looks like that's when selling off. Looking to possibly retest that bottom line support as we broke 193, excuse me. So it looks like it's going to be retesting that 61 no time. But I mean, for the shorters, look, you got a lot of meat on this bone. If you can find shares on RTNB, try to find them myself, because I was ready to go long or short, but there are definitely no shorts available in RTNB. They have definitely been snatched up. They have been snatched up. Yeah, we haven't talked too much MGTI. Look, I know at the end of the day, you guys like to make money, and this is one of those stocks that I kind of got my feelings about the guy behind it in front of the money. So the man's been accused of being a child molester, and I'm not going to participate in that shit. But if you guys want to do it, play it and see how far it can go. Obviously, look, there's money to be made by that chart. The stock is being promoted. If anything, for me, I'm looking for an opportunity to play, the downside when that occurs. And I'm just going to be waiting for my moving averages to confirm that. If we look on the hourly, I haven't seen any, won't say that there's any weakness just yet. When you look on an hourly chart or 15 minutes, sometimes you'll be able to peek out, as we showed yesterday, some weakness developing in the chart. The 15 minutes showing a little bit, and the 15 minute, again, every candlestick on the 15 is 15 minutes. But this could very well change. I mean, obviously that is the end of the day, so I won't take too much of that into consideration. We'll see the morning. Still a lot of strong momentum coming in during the mornings of the stock. So you still got people who want to buy this. It's a considerable also trap for shorters. You see this. This is not what I would want to short into. If you're looking to short a stock, you're looking to see, morning strength getting weaker. And as you can see, it's actually getting stronger throughout the several days. This morning is getting stronger on MGTI. So right now, it still looks like a solid buy. Let's go back to the daily chart and still looking like, a solid buy. We don't have too many. You absolutely didn't have a wick to the downside yesterday. You have a slight wick today, so they're buying those lows. And MGTI doing really well. You're really hot on that RSI, though. I mean, you're up there, but you were hot yesterday, too. So, I mean, you were hot coming in the morning. You were already over 77 just to start the morning, but you still had more buyers than you had sellers. That added up for a very nice day. Yeah, we'll see. I mean, if there's going to be more buyers tomorrow. What's going on, Jeff? Sorry, I saw Jeff said he got an email or something on CLKA. Clicklea was a promo of mine several months ago now. I guess they're back at it again. We'll see what happens with that. Got a caller. 845, you're on the air. What's up?
It's Ken from New York. How's it going?
Hey, Ken, what's up, man?
So last night, with African Import mentioned he was still in the AMFE, and take a look at it today.
Yeah, AMFE bounced up real nicely today. I thought, it was selling off, but interesting support level for the stock. I didn't think that this would be it. But you mentioned 16, and it definitely did hold 16. It dipped below it today, but it got back on top.
Yeah, that 50-day moving average. I think it was around 14, the 50-day moving average. It was interesting that it bounced off of it, and CEO's tweeting like crazy again tonight about more news coming up next week, so we'll see how it holds up the next 2 days if it continues going higher. I thought that was good. And OMVS, I keep talking about it. Supposedly tomorrow is the merger, so we shall see.
Okay. So that news is supposed to drop tomorrow on OMVS.
OMVS, right, with RAD. The RAD, they're supposed to merge together with RAD and have a Super 8K come out for what it's worth.
All right, we'll see how investors respond to that. I mean, 19 cents a share, not too bad. I would have loved if it was traded on the NASDAQ, but hey, we'll see what mergers do for OTC stocks tomorrow. It's been a while since I've seen one.
What did you think today? We were talking last night regarding the market, and you were thinking July 24th is the top, and then today we have this huge rally.
Yeah, man, it really broke through my, what I thought was going to be a funnel, and now it's broken. So, now my analysis is pretty much scrapped. So I had to run and cover today on some puts because now we're looking like we could possibly break out here. I had still several months on it. I mean, I had till November, but I'm just not willing to risk the remaining capital. So I'm going to take what I have and run with it. But, my chart's busted on it now, and we're looking like we're trying to break out the 140s here. So we got 146 as that top. It looks like we're headed right back for it with $1.85 away or so. I mean, we're headed there. Well, and this market, I don't know what the catalyst is anymore. We've had earnings. Yes, we had a couple companies with knockout earnings. But I guess that's still the draw, and people are buying. So I'm not going to. The weak dollar, the low interest rates. Who knows? It's almost like it's being manipulated higher. Yeah. It's clearly what's going on here because we languished at the 140, 141. And you just saw clear, large buyer support at those levels. Like somebody saying, no, we are not going lower. And, and now we're going toward the end of the year. Some of these ETFs are going to start rebalancing, buying larger or eliminating positions. So the best of the best are only going to start adding to those positions. The ETFs are only going to start adding to the best of the best. So, yeah, many of these Apples, the Amazons, they're all going to be going back up, and so will the broader market. It definitely will. One more thing, Bitcoin, did you talk about that on the show tonight? Yes, yeah, well, we just started the show, but we talked about it a little bit yesterday. What do you like about Bitcoin right now? Well, GBTC, that's the Bitcoin Investment Trust, was up $94, 11%. It almost looks like there's a blow-off in an immediate top. Maybe it gets to 1,000, and then we have a correction, and then it goes higher in October. What do I like about it? It just keeps going. It really does keep going higher. I mean, Ken, do you believe in what these guys are doing? I went to the website. I saw their video a couple of weeks ago. They're a bunch of young guys who like, yeah, if this is a Bitcoin investment trust, we're invested in Bitcoin. We're an alternative way to invest in Bitcoin. How legit do you think their fund is?
I have questions.
Yeah.
I'm not so certain. There's not a lot of volume on that specific, but so you just got to be careful. Yeah. I don't know enough.
Sure.
But they're playing the trend. They're playing the trend's your friend until it breaks.
Yeah.
So it's really interesting. Or you spoke about Litecoin last night. Litecoin was 27 in June, and now it's 62.
Yeah,
and that's just wow.
Yeah, I don't want to beat a dead horse, but I love the alternative cryptos. I mean, I just feel like there's so much more upside on the alternatives. Bitcoin, I think if you're hesitant or unless you really have enough to put in it, I'd go for the alternatives where you can get a bigger bite for your money right now and then just ride the wave.
And just be careful with those. If people have these apps on their phones, because I read an article in the Wall Street Journal on Monday that hackers are going to people's phones and emptying people's Bitcoin accounts. It's a serious issue.
Wow.
Crazy, isn't it?
Yeah. But I mean, hey, if there's money in it, people will try to figure it out. So that's what it
is.
True. Yeah.
Anyway, enjoy. I'm going to sign off. Keep the show going. It's great.
Appreciate it, man. Thanks, Ken.
All right. Have a good night.
All right. Shout out to Ken from New York. Always a great call from Ken. All right. Let's take a look at more of these tickers. What's going on, ATL Trader? All right, what do you guys have? UN? Yeah, I didn't even take a look at UNXL since. Oh wow, okay, yeah, I knew it was down. I saw it a little bit briefly this morning, but that's exactly why I got out of it yesterday. It just wow. I didn't even pay attention to UNXL at all this morning. Yeah, that was pretty ugly. That's pretty ugly. What's going on, Mr. Lloyd?
What's up, man? I'll put the tractor on real quick.
Hello? You all right?
Yeah, I was pulling the tractor over.
Okay. Oh,
man.
You driving the tractor now?
Yeah. I was just helping this guy with his field, so I bought a tractor.
Oh, okay. I told y'all Mr. Lloyd got money. Go ahead.
Oh, I got no money, man. I'm about to have some money now. I got some good news, man.
What's up?
So and if you guys, how many people watching right now? I'm gonna use my phone so I can't see you.
Right now, you got 56 people in here.
I don't know if you guys ever filed the EEOC complaint, man, but it's the most egregious thing, that process that any person wants to go through, and it's easy to file a claim, but let me tell you something. It takes years, and finally, I had 27 claims, and I got this big ass packet in the mail. I said, "Oh my gosh, what the hell is this?" Because we went back and forth, and so basically, it was the judge sent a letter saying, "Hey, I'm going to make a decision without a hearing. You need to tell me why I don't need to make a decision."
Okay.
So it's been about a month now, and it was a lot of work, man. And so I got this letter back, and I started reading, and I said, "Oh my gosh, oh man," she's saying that it don't meet the requirements for this and this. I'm thinking, man, I got to pay this attorney like $80,000.
Damn.
But at the end, man, I had to reread it again, and the reality was, out of 27 claims, she only denied 8, and so 19 are going forward.
Wow.
So hopefully this will open the door for settlement.
Yes,
but
definitely.
But let me tell you, man, if I had to do it all over again, I would have never filed the claim, because the life toll that it's taken on me is not worth $100,000 or $200,000. I mean, you lose friends, you lose family. I mean, you just lose a lot of things, a lot of time that's lost. And even though you may have $200,000 to $300,000 in a bank account, at the end of the day, you really have to think about how much you lost just to get that money, and was it really worth it?
Yeah.
So,
you got a check coming to you though to make up for all of that, and don't trust me, you'll see some of those friends come knocking on that door again when they hear that money's come out. Now, the company that you put the claim up against, is that a public company, or is that a Federal.
Oh yeah, yeah. It's a public company.
Okay. Wow. Wow. That's what's up, man. That's what's up.
But like I said, I mean, I don't know if you. I mean, it's so funny. I just hear you talk about race discrimination all the time, and sometimes I just, I don't really tune a ear to it.
Yeah.
However, when you're in that situation, it really makes sense, and reality never really checked in with me about racism until I dealt with it on my own, and how real it is, and because I grew up in the city, man, and I ain't never really dealt with the Klan or nothing like that. I grew up around black people all my life, so but when you deal with it in the workplace, and your life is dependent on it, basically your mortgage and your family, as far as a single income, is dependent on you going through this. Basically, I was prepared to die, in basically not in going like hurting anyone, but basically die maybe of a heart attack or high blood pressure. I was prepared to wake up one day and have a heart attack because of the amount of stress that it causes. So that's why I say, people it's quick to file a claim, but you got to realize, man, first you need an attorney that's going to take the case, and a lot of attorneys not going to take the case because they know it's very hard to win. And if I didn't have as many claims as I did, I definitely would have been asked out. So, I mean, I know it's a little bit off topic right now, but I did share a trade today. Since people said I don't share my trade, I shared one trade today. I bought a spread in Amazon on Tuesday.
Okay.
I bought a vertical spread and expires Friday. And so
damn, you don't give yourself no time, man. Shit.
But here's the thing. I mean, I guess I know what I'm looking at now. But basically, it's a guaranteed $330 if it expires above $9.55, and right now it's at $9.68.
Yeah.
I think the probability is pretty high that it's going to expire unless some crazy ass shit comes out. By the end of the week, I should have $330.
Yes, so absolutely.
So basically, man, what I'm just trying to do right now is just keep getting my feet wet into these different things. And I know what I like to trade and what I don't like to trade. And I think whenever this settlement comes, I'm going to get a fresh new start, man, and just, pretend, just forget the whole 10 grand and just do the Tim Sykes thing and see if I can really make it to where he was.
Yeah.
But I'm glad that I had the opportunity to dip into everything, even though I didn't like losing, man. I was losing my ass off. I mean, every single day, man. It just made me sick on how much money I was losing. Yeah. But it's to the point now to where I'm okay taking $300 off the table. I mean, shit. This morning I was up 120, and I didn't take it off the table, and I went down 300. So basically, I gotta ask myself, when is the right time to take the money? I mean, I need to start appreciating every value, and not just $300. But you remember how I used to just walk over $300.
Sure, absolutely, absolutely.
Yeah. So yeah, man, I just wanted to share that moment, man. I mean, hell, I filed a claim on August 10th, 2013, and basically you have to look at that guy in your face for all your employer in the face for all those years. Somebody that wronged you, and try to maintain your composure. That's the hardest thing ever. So, all right, brother, well, I ain't gonna hold you up, man. I really appreciate it, Sal. Let me vent for a minute, but how's everything going on here? Everything's good?
Everything's good, man, and thank you for sharing that, Mr. Lloyd. That's a topic that somebody in here will eventually maybe go through, and now that they've heard it, man, that's news they can benefit from. So I appreciate you as always,
yes,
bro.
Thank you, sir. Have a good day.
Thank you. Shout out to Mr. Lloyd. Shout out to Mr. Lloyd. Always a great call from Mr. Lloyd. And yeah, man, since we started the show, we've been kind of, being updated by Mr. Lloyd about that, and we've ridden with him through that, and I hope he gets a big check. I hope he gets, that $500,000, that $250,000. I hope he gets that. You know what I'm saying? I hope he really does get that. And I know he doesn't like the fact to talk about his wealth, but he's blessed. He's not going to deny he's not blessed. So shout out to Mr. Lloyd.
Supreme victory.
There it is. Shout out to Mr. Lloyd. All right. So what's going on, Travie? He said one of them gunner glasses. Yeah, I got my PC glasses on. Amazon is definitely going back to 1,000. I should have told Mr. Lloyd that And I told him that the first time it was going to 1,000. I said, man, just stick it for the 1,000. I mean, go look for that, you know, Amazon 1,000 call right now, possibly for December. You know, by the time you get to Christmas time, it'll be way past 1,000. You'll be sitting on a nice bag. OTIC, we talked about that one. Watch out for the dip tomorrow, but it could very well, you know, come right back up over the next several days. But I think you still got some profits to give back over there. What else? I hope you guys are watching my BW trade. Shout out to the people who jumped in BW with me. The goal is still 294. We had a great day today, up 6%, finally back in the money, in profit on BW after 2 days there of some selling. But, you know, finally the technicals seem to be working in our favor, getting support over the last several days at that 220 level. And we bounced off it very nicely today, now up 6% with today's move. Let's get another strong move Thursday and Friday, hopefully go into the weekend. If not already out the stock, or at least in the 270s, and hopefully work our way past, 290 on Monday. But I'd love to be out the trade by the end of the week if that's nice. We can get those 290s. What happened to Floyd? What do you mean? Who's Floyd? FSNN. Fusion Telecommunications. Man, this is 2 days in a row for this thing. 3 days in a row, honestly. I mean, God, I mean, look, I understand they're buying a business, but I didn't think it, you know, I can't believe we're talking another $1.20 a share here in 3 days. I mean, I'll give it to them, but still, you know. I'll give it to them, but, I mean, this is insane. You know, company's not even profitable. What's going on here? Company's not even profitable. You know? Total assets, $124 million. Net debt, $94 million. You know? Almost clears 70% of the company's, you know, asset load to debt load. It's crazy. So I don't know what's going on here, but obviously people are excited, and look, that's what investors are going to do. There's a really good book on that. I'll post that to the Discord room after the show if somebody reminds me. In fact, in the Discord room, I do have, somebody was telling me last week about how to read financial statements. I posted a great book on that in the Discord room earlier this week, How to Read Financial Statements. Great book. You should really take a look at that if you really want to start, you know, understanding that side of trading. GLUU, $3.53, up 3 cents today. That's been a buy and hold. You know, it's been a buy and hold, regardless of it now being oversold, but hanging very nicely. That level is actually just showing how much in demand those shares have been over the last 8 weeks. Hot stock. Q-Tech says she takes profits with a smile. INFI. Okay, up 3%. Nice move today. Obviously, you left a lot of people up there, man. You got a lot of people thinking this is going to do something today. Almost kind of reminds me of that piece of shit Cure. This is what INFI did today. Had a lot of people excited to play the technicals, and look, burned a lot of people over here. Look at that pullback. Boy, that's ugly. Boy, that is ugly. You got to be real careful playing things like this, man. But I mean, shit like this happens sometimes, so you can't really call it out. Here's the primary trend. So you already knew it was pretty ugly to begin with. I thought it would. This is kind of one of some of those support levels from way back when I was taking a look at it. As you can see, failed all of them. Support turns into resistance, and that's basically what it's been for INFI. Still oversold, though. Still oversold. The potential is there. It's just not working its way higher the right way. Not working its way higher than the right way. Says Seago shorts bait. Yeah, Seago is a stock we kind of knew was going to pull back eventually. There were no shorts. OTC stock. I mean, these are going to get snatched up real quick. But, you know, Seago coming down. You could have seen that from a mile away. What's really, been disturbing was how Cure, we were really excited, including me. I was really excited about the potential Cure had for today, but even right out the gate, I was really excited, looking forward to it, and it just never happened. And sometimes, that's just the market. It's going to do that sometimes. It's going to do that sometimes. Had a really good day yesterday. That's what kind of made it very promising. And, people talk about taking profits, and we understand you want to take profits, but sometimes when the chart shows you that there's potential to get more, you hold, you hold to maximize your gains, because every book you read about trading tells you that. Let your winners run, right? That's basically what they say. Let your winners run. Cut your losers early. But it's almost as if sometimes in penny stocks, it's almost the reverse. Cut your gains early. And your losers, you can kind of, wait till they kind of get back in the green. I'm looking at the chart here, and man, that had every reason to run today. That had every reason to run today, but these guys did what Mr. Lloyd just said he should have been doing, which is taking profits, and that's kind of almost basically what they did today. If we look at the 5-minute chart, look at the 5-minute chart, it's as if they kind of sold into the morning. What little morning buying there was. And there just was no support for those higher prices up there at the 130s. No support, and that thing came falling like a rock as sellers ran for the exits and lowered prices as they did it. Yes, I believe Cure can move again. I still have, I'm still going to watch it every day this week until it gets that solid move. I still believe it can win. I mean, again, we still have the catalyst on our side on Cure. We just got to get more buyers into that. ATL Trader talking about SHIP. Yeah, I'm not a big fan, and I'll stick with it, man. I'm just not a big fan of the shipping companies at all. Not a big fan of the shipping companies at all. Can a cheap dollar change things? Maybe. Cheap dollar, cheap oil. That's reasons for, foreign players. And as you guys know, when it comes to shipping, all these ships are flagged outside of America because it's impossible to have a U.S. flagged ship. There's no profit in running a ship flagged in the United States and staffed with people from America. That's why if you ever go to the docks and one of these ships pulls in, all of them are from like the Philippines, from Africa, Vietnam, the Caribbean, shit like that. These guys, because you don't want to pay an American. I mean, American costs too much. These foreigners work with little or no health care. And you don't want to pay American taxes. If you got an American employee, depending on what state he's from, you got to figure all that shit out. You don't even want to take the risk. All right, MSDI. Let's take a look. Keep it moving. 82 cents a share, down 2 cents. Yeah, looking at the chart, don't see anything here. Missed a short opportunity there at the spike several weeks ago, back in July. Other than that, though, I don't see anything here. Today's candlestick was pretty interesting, though. But again, had a really wide move there. I mean, the day's range was almost 17 cents, 82 cents to 99. Had a crazy range. You closed at the low of the day, though, for down 2 cents. But I mean, you got up there. You just couldn't hold anything. So that makes that a very scary looking trade. But if you see something, African Emporium, let me know. If you see something in it, let me know. I know you get the dip on these. And let me see. Your DCTH trade. I've been reading the news on DCTH. Honestly, man, I think the shareholders should let that stock reverse split, man. I think what management is offering you guys is a great deal. It's a great deal. You get a company that reverse splits, stays trading on NASDAQ, and it's a little bit lighter on the debt load. I like that. I don't know what they're talking about in terms of the price after the split. But I think, if you believe in the company and you like what they're really working with, why do you want to see this company get delisted? Why get delisted, go on OTCs, lose a lot of buying power, and languish, at those levels? Then what they're going to do is they're definitely going to force you into a reverse split. You're going to lose out on a ton of cash because they're going to need to raise money to get listed again on a bigger exchange. And that process could take years. It could take maybe a year or more. So, go ahead and approve the reverse split. If you get asked to do it again, which I believe they said it was going to be soon, just approve it and let them, and let management get back to, getting the stock working again. All right, MNKD. Mankind. I think I actually shitted on Mankind yesterday, but we took a look at the chart and said it was breaking out of some highs. And that's basically what it did today. Nice move on Mankind, up 14%. Up 14% on Mankind. You were hot yesterday, but I guess people didn't care. I mean, still, again, just because, it gets to these red levels up here on the top of my RSI, it doesn't mean that it can't continue to go higher. It could very well stay up there for some time. In fact, if you go on any of the big 8 ETFs like the SPY or the Qs, move to those monthly charts or even some of the weekly charts, and you'll see it's basically hanging on the RSI at those higher time frames, just sticking above them. So it just a measurement of the demand, and there's a lot of demand right now for MNKD. We'll see how long it can hold. It doesn't do a good job of it, though. As you can see, the primary trend is still bearish. This is a very ugly stock. There are a lot of things fundamentally wrong with this company. So, don't be a bag holder. Be careful. Londell Carter said been in MNKD since 152. You're sitting on something nice. Especially if you're in heavy. PYDS, Payment Data Systems. All right, low volume, but doing something. Who brought that up? PYDS. The African Emporium? Okay. Low volume, but nice move today. Very nice move today. Let's see here. Let's bring up some of your plays here. SRNE. SRNE is looking real nice too. I like SRNE where it's starting off at. But again, the average volume isn't too strong, but you had 1 million shares traded today in the stock, up 10%. I put it on the watch list, but you know, we'll see if they can hold that volume coming in and maintain it. Appreciate it, oh boy. IHSI. Let's take a look at it. Okay. All right. So 000 stock. We'll see what it can do with that. Accumulate, buy, and hold. That's all you can do on these triples, man. So all you can do on these triples is, you know, hold them and pray. That's all you can do. MRDN, no technical analysis, no nothing. Just hold and hope. Meridian Waste Solutions, MRDN, up 30%. Up 30% today. Yeah, we didn't talk about this one, huh? But I'm seeing them here listed as a bakery company. Are they a bakery company? But the name doesn't fit. Meridian Waste Solutions. Oh man, let me see what. How close is Meridian Waste Solutions? Where are they based out of? Atlanta, Georgia. An environmental company with a less wasteful approach to garbage. Okay, so they're a garbage company. Like the place. See, this is what I keep talking about these over the last several days. I want to be in a stock like this, but I want to find a play like this in Texas. I want to find a play like this in Texas. There's got to be a stock running right now, and I've looked at practically every oil company in Texas right now. None of them ain't doing shit. The big dog is Waste Management, which is doing pretty good, but I mean, shit, 20 cents a share. It's not going to, $76 a stock. It's moved up 20 cents a share today. That's not going to be, that's not going to change your bottom line here, unless you're working with 3 or 4 million shares. Desert Edge says bread waste. Thank you, Q-Tech. Yeah, man. I was at Best Buy, and I saw one of those guys working on a computer over at that rip-off little computer center they have in there. What are those guys called again? I forgot the name of those guys who wear the little short-sleeve shirts. Look so damn corny over there, charging people $50 to, install programs and shit like that. What a fucking ripoff. But they were all wearing these glasses, and I'm like, what type of glasses are those? Like, oh yeah, they're like blue light blockers. I'm like, oh shit. Went on eBay, ordered a pair, got them in, and I love them. I love them. Geek Squad, yeah, fuck Geek Squad, man. Fuck Geek Squad. But you know what? Let me not say that, man, because they give a lot of brothers a good start in the IT industry. Let me take that back. They give brothers a good start. I mean, I think all you need is like an A+ or some shit to go work for them. Waste Management said it would be great in 10 years. Yeah, Waste Management is the shit. I like Waste Management. The Waste Management chart looks like McDonald's. If you put up the McDonald's chart next to Waste Management, it's one of those companies, if you work for 30, 40 years, you're solid. You're solid. Waste Management, yeah, 10 years, you're going to be, sitting pretty, man. You're going to be sitting pretty. All right, let's look at some of these. Go back to the pennies here. Of 12%. Okay, we looked at that F-Tech. I don't know anything about F-Tech. It looks like purification and treatment equipment. Let me see here. F-Tech. Again, I'm just pulling up some of these tickers just to learn a little bit more about them. Fuel Tech. Based out of Illinois. Okay. Yeah, I don't know much about them, but nice day today. Nice day today. You said passing over your tickers. Where are your tickers at? Gosh. Where are your tickers at? Yeah, I mean, I'm looking through the comments. Post them again, Cruise Cuts. I can't get every single one of them. You know what I mean? Waste management, $100. Yeah, waste management, $100, and you know, the only thing is, it's going to be $100, but it's not going to be this year. Somebody saying news with F-Tech. Let's check it out here. Somebody saying news with F-Tech. Hold on 1 second. F-Tech. Fuel Tech awarded air pollution control orders totaling $6.9 million. Okay. Well, there you go. There you go. There you go. You know. But boy, that's an ugly looking wick on the top of that candlestick, though. That's a real ugly looking wick on top of that candlestick if you see it right there. Real ugly looking wick. SGOC. Okay. Let me see there. Fastenal Company. You know, I thought this company would be doing a lot better. I mean, I know, you know, I wouldn't say they're a competitor of John Deere, but they're in that kind of space. I thought they would be doing a lot better than they are. 601, you're on the air. What's up?
Hey, what's up, Size? It's John from Florida.
Hey, John, what's up, man?
Yeah, I just let me turn down this television real quick. Sorry about that. 1 second. Okay. So I have a few tickets here I'd like to throw out to everybody just to watch. The first one being CHK, Chesapeake English.
Uh-huh.
This one is a oversold play. If you look on the daily chart, you see the doji at the bottom.
Yeah, man, this has been real beat up over the last couple months.
Yeah. It has not shown the second confirmation yet. But a lot of times we find these plays and it's kind of too late to get into them because it's already run up. So this one here I think it's pretty much at the bottom. I mean, if it goes down lower, I don't think it'll go much lower. So the technicals look like it might be a good play. Obviously, it would be a good idea to wait for confirmation, but yeah. I think that's a pretty good play that could turn into a good swing trade. The next one is DNR. I think we've talked about this one before.
Mm-hmm.
This also is another oversold play. Got a hammer there at the bottom. I think that one there is pretty much, I don't think that one will go much lower either. That could also be another play that could turn into a good swing.
Okay.
And then the next one, WLL, below the 40 in the RSI. Another hammer another hammer counter at the bottom there. That one there could also produce some returns for somebody if they're looking for a good swing trade. And then also, now I don't know, I might have caught this one too late. I don't know, you can tell me, FMSA. It's around the 50 mark on the RSI. Had a pretty good day today. Before it did cross over the 8. Did you think I missed it on this one, or you think it can run?
I mean, where you're just above 50 now. You know, I don't see why not. 257, you're at 3. You could see some profit taking here, you know, possibly as soon as tomorrow, but you know, there could be something left in it, but you know, today was a nice day for the stock. I mean, coming from the, you know, middle 250s, you know, 50 cents a share, you know, unless you got somebody in there who's up big, I think maybe they might let the gains continue. You know, we'll see. I can't predict the future, but you know, there is, you know, more of a potential to get more on it, you know, but are you going to be willing to have some buyers come in and pad your gains tomorrow? That's going to be, you know, time to tell. You had, 5.4 million shares traded in the stock today. Growing volume over the last couple of days. You know, you got 3 days of gains. Why not have a fourth? We'll see what happens. You know.
Okay. All right, and next two plays are they're not low RSI plays. They're actually sitting above the 200. The next one is GGB. Now this one looks good on the daily, and it also looks good on the weekly as well to continue to trend up. And the majority of these plays that I'm throwing out here are taking into consideration that the person goes in with a sizable amount, because obviously you try to go in with $100 with these slow moving plays.
Yeah, it's not going to work out for you. GGB, steel company. Gerdo, is this one based out of Brazil? Yeah, this is the one based out of Brazil, right? I think so. Yeah, they ran pretty big during the elections. During the Olympics when we first started the show. Let me go back. Yeah, as you can see here, they ran pretty big during the Olympics last year. In fact, I circled it right here, and that was a really great stock for us last year during the Olympics. Great stock. We'll see what it can do.
Okay, and the last one is ARW. I think that's Arrowhead Pharmacy. I can't see the whole name. Okay. But this one here has a pretty good setup. RSI looks a little funky there. Looking at the trend of the RSI, it looks like it could have a spike up to 80 and maybe start drawing back. I'm not sure. It kind of looks like it's consolidating. I know it's not that's mainly used for intraday, but sometimes those setups can work for daily. Kind of looks like it's forming a flag there, kind of consolidating a little bit on the daily. And if you look at the weekly, it also looks really good on the weekly. Actually, it has some long wicks in it, but I think this one could maybe continue to trend up as well.
Okay.
All right, so let me ask you this: out of all those plays, CHK, DNR, WLF, FMSA, GGB, ARWR, which one do you like the best?
Let me look at your CHK again. I like the CHK just because the potential is there. CHK's also got a natural gas side of the business, which is really nice. My only concern is that, the oil and gas is just so beat up right now.
Yeah.
Could that just be too overwhelming? GBB or GGB, excuse me. The Gerdo trade, I feel like, this is nice, and you could get the breakout tomorrow because that's basically where you're at. Yeah, I think I would. What was the one you called just before GGB?
You talking about the one that had that flag pattern?
Yeah.
ARWR.
ARWR. Arrowhead Pharmaceuticals.
Or was it FMSA? That's the one I called before GGB, but ARWR is the one who has the flag pattern on daily.
Okay. And this one's looking like a short, honestly.
Oh, really? Okay, it must have been FMSA.
FMSA. Yeah, I would probably go with I honestly I couldn't tell you, bro.
Okay, yeah, you never can tell in the stock market.
Yeah, man, I couldn't tell you. If you've had 3 days in a row of gains in FMSA. Now it looks like, this is for you to take profits in it, tomorrow. Yeah. You sell on the buyers coming in, tomorrow on that move. So
okay,
I think you could get shitted on tomorrow on FMSA if you're not careful. And then you talked about CHK, but as I just said, the selling might not be over. You do have, what I like is that you got the doji candlestick today, so that represents that buyers and sellers are tugging it out, and the fact that you haven't had a really strong day of selling in the last 2 days, that's been helpful.
Yeah.
So we'll see.
And that RSI hadn't been that low in I don't know how long. That RSI is really low.
Yeah. It can get lower though. It's 20,
boy, yeah, I guess it could.
You know what I'm saying? It's 25, so it can get lower on that. But honestly, man, I would look for a clearer picture on that. But here's the thing though, on CHK, I would, if you got the cash, I would start. I would look into what's called position sizing. and I would start small on it and just see what happens. You know what I mean? If you're willing to deal with a little bit of slippage, you know, I would start small on it and just see what happens on it.
Okay.
You know?
And one more tidbit I want to throw in there, and it's kind of off topic from the stocks, from the charts, but it kind of touching back to that Mayweather fight. Now, when I called in I think it was last Saturday, I just kind of want to throw this out there real quick. I kind of talked about we don't give Mayweather enough credit outside of the ring because of his business mind.
Yeah.
But black people in general seem to not appreciate how good this man was inside of the ring, because if you go back and watch that fight, and obviously a person with a casual eye, they won't be able to see it, but a person who knows a fight game, they'll be able to see it perfectly.
Oh, absolutely.
They try to say that Conor McGregor won the first 3 rounds. Actually, he didn't even win the first. It appeared like he was winning the first 3 rounds, but all Floyd Mayweather was doing was setting him up to drown him in deep waters. He was just trying to tire him out. In the 10th round, he would knock him out. So I think black people in general need to appreciate it. This guy very well may be the best boxer of all time. The stuff that he was doing in that technical-wise, because people kept asking, why is he turning his back? Actually, he was never turning his back. Conor McGregor was actually going around him, and they kept wanting him to turn around, but what they didn't know is if he actually had turned around, he would put himself in position to get caught with a shot. So that's why he wouldn't even turn around. So people didn't even see the masterpiece that he was putting together in that ring. So that's all I want to say, man. Thanks for taking my call.
Thank you, John.
All right.
Shout out to John for the call. Wanted to clarify his statements on Saturday. We had a little after fight show. That was real cool. Had a nice little 40-minute after the fight show, and John called up, made some statements. Appreciate that, John, for the clarification. Yeah, I mean, at the end of the day, man, he made his money. I wasn't even going to get all emotional about it. Homeboy made, man, they're saying 6.8 million pay-per-view buys. Come on, man. Come on, man. He finessed the whole world, man. Finessed the whole world. All right, so let's get back to it. Let's see what else is out here. Let me see. VSTRN, Orion Group. I saw this stock, but I didn't like the volume on it. They had it put up a it just stupid several days, but the volume has just been horrible. You know, it's like a group of investors just themselves buying it or something. You know, so it hasn't even been worth talking about. Let's see here. Okay. Home buyer, HOV. This is a home building company out of Michigan, if I'm not correct. Used to be a very expensive stock way back when, you know, if you go back several years, but they've been plagued with a whole lot of issues. New homes are still a big deal, but for whatever reason, this company's just not getting it right. And going south fast, but oversold right now. Big company, big company. They built some beautiful homes. Go to their website. You see some of the homes they've built. I mean, these are beautiful, upscale to your $150K type home up to, your $1 million properties. Hovnanian Enterprises. All right. Oversold now on the chart. Keep that on your watch. That is a home builder stock. Average volume is 1.3 million. APHD, Epiphany Technologies Group. APHD. Why do I feel like they used to be on the NASDAQ? Did they used to be on the NASDAQ? All right, maybe I'm confused there. It looks like they've probably always been pink. I just feel like they used to trade on a better exchange. Just wanted to check that out. Anyway, APHD, nice day Nice several days in the stock, coming from the triples, 0005 down to 00019. So you're up almost 200% in APHD. That's OTCs for you. Nice move. Decent volume too. So you know you can see the volume really coming in. Somebody's pushing, but look where they loaded up at. Look what they couldn't help themselves. They loaded up, boy. They was waiting for you. There it is. All right. So be careful on that APHD. They waiting for you. They're waiting for you up there. They just waiting for you, everybody to get excited about it. GLNF, just kind of like what they did to AMFE. Let's see. What's going on, Hickamizer? GLNNF. Glance Technologies Group. Shit. I'll give it to you. Up 32% one day. Nice move. I'll definitely give you that, buddy. 32% one day. Nice move on that one. GLNNF. Foreign stock. Be careful on it. Definitely getting pumped, as you can see here, with the volume coming in. The words being moved real aggressively on it. From 14 cents to 27 cents. Up almost 100%. ARCI. Hey, Cruz, I haven't seen those tickers, man. Waiting for you to show me those tickers you were talking about. Never want to miss an opportunity to make money, so I always appreciate it when you guys put them out there. 862, you on the air. What's up?
Waiting for you to show me those tickers you were talking about. Never want to miss an opportunity.
862, you there?
Yes, I'm here. Sorry about that.
Not a problem, dude. What's up?
What about Regulus?
You said regular?
Regulus Therapeutics.
What's the ticker on that?
RGLS.
RGLI.
LS.
No,
Or no, it's I. I think it is
Regulus Therapeutics. Let's take a look at it. RGLS, $1 share. Okay, hitting the century mark today. That's a very, very interesting level to always hit. Looks like you've had a problem with it last week, Friday or so, but looking to retest it again. You just jumped over it today and came right back to $1. All right, that was nice. What's the catalyst here? What's got people excited about this one?
I don't really know if anything is really exciting about it, other than it's looking the volume's changing a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, that's the volume dipped a little bit today. I mean, the average is 650 today, only 500. So, could it swing past $1? Could. I see you had some trouble, as I just said. You had some trouble with it last week at 1. So, it needs a little bit of help. So let's see if hopefully we can get another a much better volume day tomorrow on the stock, because it's going to need that in order to really bust out of that level.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah, not a problem, bro. Yes, indeed. Appreciate the call, man. As you can see, it's coming off from a pretty aggressive sell-off at that 120. So you want to get back in these ones, you need some help there, and people need to keep buying. People need to keep buying, and those people who've been making the profits from that 85, 80 cents, and if you were in that 80, 85 cents level and you're sitting on 22, 23 cents worth of gains, man, you really need to seriously be thinking about whether or not, if it fails 1 tomorrow, to be taking profits, because you could be getting tested very shortly. Let's go CYHHZ. Community Health Systems. Series A contingent value rights, CYHHZ. Don't know, 2 million shares. Is this regular common stock? I'm not familiar with Series A contingent value rights, unless this is some kind of different thing. I'm not familiar with that. So let me know if this is not common stock but something different. You learn something new every day. CDVIQ. Cal Dive International. Yeah, it looks like a pump and dump. Looks like a pump and dump. What's going on, Bovosh? CDVIQ, you're saying it's up after hours to a penny? All right, we'll have to see where that opens up at. I mean, you know, OTC stocks, you know, there's a lot of funny games that gets played just before the end of the day where people, you know, are willing to take an L to play with that, you know, bid and ask spread and make it look all kind of funny ways to get people to jump onto it. You'd be surprised what people would do for money on the OTC side, man. CLDX, Celldex Therapeutics. I've heard of people, you know, and I've talked about that here on the show, where people will set up phony Twitter accounts of dead companies. Phony Twitter accounts. Oh, you look at it, oh yeah, that's the company's Twitter. No, just some clown who's looking to, you know, get out of a position and, you know, got you thinking you're looking at the company. Celldex Therapeutics, $2.46 a share. Looks like a stock I used to follow, but long gone bearish. It's setting up nicely, you know, but again, it's got decent volume for a stock that hasn't really put out any news. I'm looking through the news. They haven't really done much. I do see here they are starting a phase 3 trial of their breast cancer candidate drug. So keep that in mind. CLDX, they just announced the completion of their enrollment in that phase 2 study for their breast cancer drug, Vendotin? Glembutamide. I'm not even going to pronounce these drugs. It's a breast cancer drug, and that's, you know, look, we know how valuable, you know, that could be if they get that right. But how many companies have tried and failed when we talk about breast cancer? I've seen too many come and go, way too many come and go. CBMJ. Canna Consumer Goods. Had a great day yesterday, sold off today. 30% you lost in that stock today. They announced that they secured $500,000 worth of funding. That came out today, right? Before the close. Yeah, that came out before the close. Why didn't investors like it? Down 30% today. Not cool, man. Not cool. Not cool. I mean, it was as if they put that out there just to get, you know, traders to buy to clean out their position. All right. Shout out to Andres, borrowing $300 worth of Litecoin. Hey, Andres, who did you go through to buy your crypto? Coinbase? Let's look at OTTV. Okay, OTTV not giving up. Got buyers in OTTV today to slow down the selling that had been happening. The company was just literally hemorrhaging on the exchange, man. I mean, it's just was ugly over the last several days on OTTV. You needed this day, but okay, let's have another day of green. Let's have another day of green. What's so frustrating about these things is that, you know, you think the selling is over and they continue to do so. Obviously, you know, that's been a really good indicator after several red days in the past. So let's see if that can do it very, you know, and do a similar thing. Can do a similar thing. And ironically, we're close to what was previous support there, although I thought it could have gone a little bit lower. Yeah, you're close, but nice for buyers to jump in there. I'm surprised you didn't go lower on that because you definitely did have some more selling to go to the lower area, but held on to it. All right, not a big fan of the OTTV though, but I like what they're putting out there right now, man. They supposedly doing some things in Houston in terms of like giving some customers out there in Houston, a couple months free in order to stay connected to the world or whatever bullshit they tweeted out. So they got some new Android boxes out the door. So OTTV, I mean, they're doing things, man. I don't want to shit on them too bad. They're doing things. I just hate the fact that they're really, trying to front like they, aren't selling shares. That's the only thing that pisses me off. Is that they're really fronting like, oh yeah, we, come on. It's clear in the chart that somebody's selling. Somebody with a lot of shares is selling. And the crazy, looked into mining seems to be more work than profit. Yeah, Bitcoin mining is just, I don't see if it's worth it, but the geeks love it, man. The geeks love it. If you're into, you got the rigs, you get them all modded out, pimped out, best processors, titanium 1080s or whatever they're, NVIDIA is on now. What are they on now? 1090s now? I don't even know what they're on now in terms of their graphics cards. 3 or 4 in every rig. It's crazy. Yeah, if you're willing to pay the power bill, sure. So the rigs are useless in less than a year? Yeah, possibly. But that's the thing. I remember a couple years ago, I tried to turn a server. I tried to turn this Xeon, I don't even know if I'm pronouncing it rather, but anyway, these Intel Xeon servers into a badass computer, and then I didn't know too much about computers at the time, and I found out like the case didn't fit and all kind of fucking bullshit that now looking back I probably should have just taken it to somebody, but I was being cheap. So fast ass fucking computer, it just couldn't really rig it up with anything. I didn't even think that, hey, I could take this out of this case and put it in a new case. I just wasn't even, I'm thinking every case you have to like build a computer around it. You can't necessarily exchange cases. I never thought of that. Crazy shit. ATL Trader said, if you get the same glasses, will you be a geek? Nice. Funny shit. No, not at all, man. I'm just trying to save my eyes, man. You see, because as you get older, and looking for some tickers here to talk about here. Let's give me a second. Looking for some good tickers that can give us some profit. Again, keep your eye on that BW, baby. We looking for 290s in BW. As you get older, the lenses in your eyes, become less flexible. So if you're staring into a computer as you get older, and now I'm 30, your eyes will start to strain. You know what I'm saying? So you want to protect your eyes. 202, you're on the air. What's up?
What's up, man? Sal, what's going on, my brother?
Hey, what's going on with you, African Emporium?
Not much. Just checking in, tuning in, listening and learning, and just want to touch bases on a little bit on a couple of tickers, and then speaking on that of the Bitcoin, because I'm starting to get that itch like Bovash.
Yeah. Yeah,
So,
Bovash is he's deep into it. He's deep into it. I think he's more big into the crypto than stocks now. But go ahead, man.
Yeah, Litecoin, Bitcoin, and Potcoin, but that Litecoin is the one that I'm favoring right now. I really love this movement and its possibilities. Obviously, talking about a stock that's up 1,400% since January. That's huge.
Yeah.
And today, we spoke about it yesterday, but today I think it was around when the market opened on our side, I think like $62 and there's $61.
Mm-hmm.
And I think as of 6 or 7 o'clock today, it was already up like 66.80, and it steady just streaming to the upside. I don't know if you can pull up this chart, but
let me look at
Bitcoin,
Litecoin dollar. Let's take a look at it. Damn, $66. You're right, $66 already.
Yes.
Shit.
Yes, it hit 66.80 when I cut my computer off this evening for a change, and I mean that's literally just crazy volume. Crazy upside potential. I mean, it's not going to stop. We know where this stuff is going. It's no need of us even acting like we don't see what's coming.
Yeah.
And if you look back at that old, that big long candle they had over there with that big wick, when it was, I think, Bitcoin had this kind of, I guess it's correction in the
that little
then,
correction.
Yeah. Ever since then, this stock has just been constantly getting it. And it's one of those prices where, it's not overly out of the category yet.
Uh-huh.
And if you want to catch that train now, you can get in it now. I posted a chart on Twitter. I think you say I might have added you to it, tagged your name. They say by 2020, they're looking at Litecoin to be close around $700.
Oh, man.
Bitcoin would be up towards like near 20 grand value at that point.
I mean,
here's
the thing, though, African Portman, that could very well happen. I mean, look, people are losing faith in this fiat currency that we live in and breathe on here in America. You got different countries that aren't in love necessarily with America anymore. They can very well decide, hey, we want to try something different. We don't want to live under your rules anymore. You know what I'm saying? So who's to say that we can't start seeing companies accept Bitcoin, for their resources? When that happens, that could change the game, man.
Right, and here's what's crazy, because you do know that some of these retail companies are starting to accept it now. Just like they started with the Apple Pay and the Samsung Pay, all this stuff, they started integrating, the digital currency wallets from your natural bank account. Mm-hmm. They're starting to accept Bitcoin now. When you get to places like Starbucks and places like that start receiving it, what's coming next. Yeah. In come Whole Foods. In come, these other big block grocery stores and so forth on. They're going to start capitalizing. And more importantly, the pizza companies are going to start doing it. Mm-hmm. Of all places, Papa John's and so forth. For Super Bowl ads and stuff like that. I'm paying for it in Bitcoin. Can I get it in, get it and go or something like that? So, these are things that we have to start preparing ourselves for, because, like you say, the fiat currency, obviously, I watch it myself. I study the central banks. I know what's going on. It's literally hurting me. You see it from the financials. Just check the cues. Check out the financials. It's wavering. It's up and down almost every other day. You can't really have a consistent movement in the financial market because of so much going on with the political climate. Gold can't seem to settle itself. Oil just dumb, stupid selling off. I don't know what it's going to do. Yeah. Hey, so these are the things that we just got to start planning, in terms of, making, some future investments that's, beyond the basic, common stock value or basic financial report value. I mean, we just got to start looking for other ways to make money.
Yeah.
Or invest in a sense. So
Absolutely.
Just want to touch on that. And then obviously, OHGI, I'm pretty sure you already talked about that. I came in late, obviously, so I'm not sure.
OHGI, it looks really nice. I mean, breaking the tops recently, going back to, June. I was watching that here. I got that lined up here on OHGI. Do you think it could continue on, though? I mean, I know we are at 75 right now. We had a huge day in the stock, up 65%. Can this keep going, or are we going to see some selling off tomorrow? Obviously, there's more of a chance of a sell-off, but it could go higher.
Yeah, it has the same sentiment to me as like we were speaking about the other day with the UNXL. Obviously, not under the same parameters of deadline stuff with this bankruptcy stuff, which is Chapter 11, not Chapter 7, but. Yeah. It has that kind of same continuation. Obviously had news, so that was good. And this is a stock that had a history of selling off its gains. It wouldn't hold its gains, kind of like one of those, run good and sell off. But it actually held going into the bell, which was surprising. I told myself if it holds above, $1.15, going into closing, then that's a kind of a nice little confirmation for, a continuation. and it did. It closed at I think $1.23, if I'm not mistaken. And after it sold off a little bit, it went down like $1.13. I said, oh, they're going to start triggering stop losses. They're going to sell off. It's going to be done. But it closed up $1.23, and then it sold off a little bit during after hours, so $1.17. So I think we may have a little continuation tomorrow. Who knows? The quick little 10% maybe. Maybe it pulled back. Because it was trying to test that 150 mark, and obviously it didn't make it past 139, which was still good. I sold into the spike on that, and I got back in on the second scalp, which I'm swinging it now. So that's just one to look at. Then ABIL. Okay. I don't know if you talked about that one yet.
No, I have not talked about ABIL. What do you like about this one?
Now ABIL supposedly has earnings tomorrow. I think pre-market, if I'm not mistaken. Today obviously it's very bullish. If you look at the chart on that Joker, it put up some gains. I ate off it a little bit. Then it did like it's been spiked up and it sold off. And it hovered around that 94 to 90 cents channel all day. And tried to spike a little bit going to the bell, when some of the shorts kind of, relieved it a little bit. So, but it's an earnings play, so we live for these little earnings plays. And who knows if the earnings are decent, that's a good morning spiker, so definitely want to keep that on your list as well for guys out there. And, I posted about MRDN. That's another play for tomorrow. You guys keep an eye on. We spoke about Mankind, obviously. Mankind is another one, jumped up and kind of moved today a little bit. Other than that, I think the market actually overall, we don't know if it's ready for a correction or if it's just kind of just, doing what it want to do. I mean, the sector's all over the place.
I think there's too many people who want this to continue. It's so funny because somebody tweeted me that they heard today on the job that this could go on for another 2 years, man. So, I don't want to keep thinking this is game up, aim up, and then watch the market keep going higher. So I got some calls out there now to at some crazy numbers, but if this continues to go higher, man, I don't know. I mean, how high can we go? I mean, my thing is that I don't know why we're going higher. That's the only thing that's frustrating me. I can understand if we had uncovered some new technology or. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Radical medicine that we just created, a cure for AIDS or some shit. But I don't know. You know what I mean? Like, because I'm not seeing, yes, they had incredible earnings, but I'm not seeing it improving the lives of daily people out here. You know what I'm saying? So I don't believe in the run. Right.
You know what I think it is also has a lot to do with? They still are under that fog, the haze of considerably what they think in terms of how the economy is trying to rebound. The job report is up. They were increased to another 230,000 jobs over the last quarter or something like that. And I think they're basing a lot of that on the opportunity that it's like a valuation. They're seeing that it's 237,000 people into the workforce the past quarter. They're applying all that potential income out of those people into the market in a sense. So they're playing on the valuation of stuff like that, the job report. But they're not really, putting out the real stuff. Like, why is there no tax reform? Yeah. Obviously, here in bill, this tax reform bill today, another spike at it. It's still full of holes. It's going to get rejected. Yeah. Healthcare is still on the back burner. Forget about it. North Korea firing missiles over Japan. Okay, we still looming with this war. The negotiations are going to fail. I hate to say it, but at some point, it's going to fail because he's not a good diplomatic or foreign diplomatic person. So, I don't know. Like I say, man, these people got delusion to grant themselves, but I'm with you on this, man. At some point, I mean, the market's going to implode on themselves because they got all of this fake fiat currency out there fronting right now, propping up the country, and the national debt steady going up, and there's nothing really being being produced here. Yeah.
Yeah.
So I don't know, but I'm just keep investing and find other ways to make money out of the Bitcoin currencies and all these different ones out there. I'm starting to look into those, and man, we'll see where this stuff goes, man.
We'll see, bro. We'll see, bro. Thank you so much for the call, man.
Thank you as well, sir. Keep it up, guys.
Yes, indeed. Shout out to African Emporium. Appreciate the call. Yeah, man, because, I mean, they're saying all these jobs. Everybody got these new jobs. Please, maybe I need to move somewhere else. Where are all these, you know, great jobs that people are supposedly are getting that are paying great wages and whatnot. These $50K a year jobs that I'm hearing about. Where are they at? You know, because I'm still seeing a lot of my friends up in Detroit struggling. You know, homies out in Memphis struggling. So I want to know where all these $50K a year jobs supposedly that are being created out here. You know. You know, and I don't want to be a Debbie Downer and say like nobody's getting a job. I know there are people who are getting jobs and whatnot, and if you got the skills, I'm sure there's someone out there willing to hire you if you got in-demand skills. But, you know, I think a measurement or a testament to greatness is when even somebody who has, you know, very little education can still be able to get a job where they can feed themselves and their families, you know. And if you can't get that, I don't think you have the right to call yourself a first world economy. And we're seeing that right now in Houston, where you got people out here, you know, floating in tubs and shit like that, and we calling ourselves the greatest. Come on, man. You know, I think we're getting sold a lie here. All right, let's go back to these tickers, man. Let's go back to these tickers. Because they're going to get me heated, man. I'm watching these things coming out of Houston all day today. People struggling and hanging on roofs and stuff like that. And we got the best military in the world. Crush anybody. But, okay, look at it. You know, we got people with their own little flotillas saving people. Where are the boats that we pay for? Where are all the boats? You know? I used to have this guy at my job at T-Mobile. Yeah, man, I'm in the reserves. So I always had to fucking take his schedule. Well, I'm in the reserves. I got to be gone. You got to take my schedule, man. It's federally required. You know, they couldn't fire him because I guess it's federally required that you can't fire people on the reserve. Where are all the fucking reservists? Where they at? You know? Shit. Can't stand those people. I'm in the reserves, man. I gotta go. You know, come back a month and a half later. Gotta retrain them on shit. You know, or worse. You know, they've been gone. I picked up the slack, and then they want to come on the job and act like they can still boss people around and shit. What's going on, Kelly girl? All right, so let's go here before we wrap things up. Let's just look at a few more tickers here and see. Again, I'm big into, before we get up out of here, let me take my FinViz and see what we got here. Shout out to Stock God. He put up that real nice oversold ticker. Other than that, do we have any other technicals oversold that we can pick apart? You guys know we are penny traders looking to make a quick buck over a short period of time, because I'm trying to get rich. I ain't got time to waste. Okay, we all got 401ks and whatnot, but I'm trying to get it before I get gray hair. You know what I mean? Shit, can I get rich before I get some gray hair? To these young tenderoni things on Instagram still want to smash, and I don't have to pay for it? Because all them old motherfuckers be the ones paying for all them trips. OTIC, put that on your watch list. I told you guys about OTIC. We started the show with that ticker, man. Put that on your watch list, because I'm telling you, when the sellers are long gone, that's going to come right back. You're going to be able to get $1 a share there when the sellers are gone. I still think you got some dumping to go. Yeah, Andres. Yeah. That's one of my goals before I get married. I got to smash somebody on Instagram, one of these fine sisters on Instagram with like 100,000 followers. You know what I'm saying? Y'all know, all the fellas in here, y'all know what I'm talking about. You open up your Instagram and she just clapping away. You know what I mean? It ain't about the love. It's about the experience. Not paying for the love. Hell, I don't even want to pay for it. You know? It's kind of like one of those rap songs. You know, in the rap songs where the rappers always talking about, yeah, they didn't like me, but now I'm flossing. They coming all around. That kind of situation. That kind of situation. Look, I'm not afraid to admit for many years when I would listen to a rap song, I'd fantasize, you know, being a rapper in the song. You know what I mean? I think many guys do that. What's the called? What's that Kanye West song? Wait till I get my money right. That was my shit. That was my ringtone for like 2 years. I ain't even gonna lie, man. That was my ringtone for like 2 years. Wait till I get my motherfucking money right. Shit. I'm shitting on all you niggas, man. All right, PACD. Let me see PACD. Pacific Drilling down 2 cents a share. Look. We had some people bring up some oil tickers. No one brought up PACD today. I'll keep that on your list, man. The volume sucks, though. The volume sucks. I get it. The volume sucks. What's the float on this, though? I would just watch it, though, because we've seen stocks like this. You know, shitty stocks like this that will all of a sudden bring in the volume just because they're oversold, and especially if this is low float. What's the float on PACD? If somebody can help me out with that, I'm gonna look on PACD. Let's see what's the float on that. Can I get the float? Oh yeah, 21 million shares, 5 million, I have 5.9 million as the float. Somebody else can confirm that. Equity feed is saying 5.9 million. Be careful on that. I mean, it's been below $1. Okay, so yeah, it's just got below $1, so you don't have any delist risk just yet. Oh man, that's beautiful, Mr. JRH. PACD, I'm telling you right now, keep it on your watch, man. 5 million shares, man. Man, setting up, man. And I know we got some promoters in here watching. I already know some of you guys, or I already know what you're thinking. You're gonna run to your chat rooms and do what you do. We've seen it happen a couple times here, where all of a sudden we talk about something like this and all of a sudden just starts running. I know y'all watching. Let's see here before we wrap things up and look for a couple more. Asset management company, PESEC. Don't know much about this one. PSEC, it's actually got decent volume here. Almost 5 million shares trade every day. They label themselves as an asset management company, Prospect Capital Corporation. This has got a pretty big market cap. Something's got to be fundamentally wrong with this business. $2 billion market cap. Not too long ago, it was almost 3 times that. Looks like they didn't do so well in earnings. What's the book value here real quick? Okay, I'm not seeing. They don't have price to earnings is 972. Price to book is 73 cents. Price to sales is 3. Okay. I'm looking to see if it was deeply underpriced. I mean, it's a financial asset management company, so you're going to see those low PEs on stocks like this, but I'd keep an eye on that too. Just keep an eye on that too. Red day today, though, down just 1%. Down just 1%. And it's got great volume. Got great volume. PSEC, I'd watch that too. But that trend is quite strong. It's quite strong. All right, NCI. We had Africa Emporium on not too long ago. We do still have some companies out here posting earnings. No small ones for the most part. We had Best Buy. Oh, I don't know if we didn't even talk about Best Buy yesterday, but Best Buy killed it, man. I was really impressed with the Best Buy number on earnings. You know, Best Buy, I don't consider, you know, that traditional earning. I mean, a traditional like sales company. I mean, a traditional retail company. The stock still sold off, but I mean, the earnings were solid. The number was good. I don't know why the street didn't like it, but the number was good. All right, the number was good. If you see the number was good. I don't know why, you know, it was unfair what they did to the stock, but the number was good. Beat estimates by 9%. Above 9% above estimates. So, again, it was real unfair what they did to the stock, though. We'll see what happens with that. All right. So with that being said, but again, I don't see any other, you know, small cap that's going to be listing here. Let me see here. TAYD put out numbers the other day. How did they do? Taylor Devices. Okay, no, never mind. It's like barely trades. But other than that, let me see here on the 31st tomorrow morning. Campbell's Soup, Dollar General. We've got some big companies going tomorrow, but nothing I don't think anybody in here would care about. Genesco, Palo Alto Networks. All right. So a couple stocks with the, you know, big, large Cooper tires or Cooper companies. Somebody saying Best Buy triple bottom. Yeah, I mean, we'll, you know, see what you can do on it. See what you can do on it, but greatly oversold. That was really unfair what happened there, because that was a good number. That was a good number. So I think there's definitely a play to be made on Best Buy. Because I think, you know, people jumped to the gun there. In fact, they had increased sales per store on Best Buy. So it looks like the Amazon effect definitely having it and taking a toll on businesses, but Best Buy, for whatever reason, was able to at least make it out of earnings with a good number. Now, I don't think that they're going to do very well next go around, which is going to be January. January is going to be our next earnings season, and those tend to be pretty rough, but we'll see what happens. Particularly for retail, being that, you know, malls are down. A lot of people aren't going to the stores like they used to. We got Black Friday coming up, and you know, it'll be around the corner. We'll be talking about Thanksgiving here. Trust me, it'll be around the corner. Seems far away, but it's right around the corner. Litecoin, Litecoin is moving. All right, I'll be back on the show tomorrow to wrap up the week. I don't have a Friday show, but I'll be back on tomorrow to wrap up the week. And you know, other than that, though, it's been a solid week. You know, it's been a solid week. I mean, the market is doing what it wants to do. You know, I can't blame them. Although I thought it would sell off. You know, they want to keep it going, and I'm with it. I'm 100% with it if they want to keep it going. You know. We can keep it going. Andres Minas, Desert Edge. Everybody press like if you can. Star God, Africa Emporium, Ken from New York. Q-Tech, Cali Girl, Bo Vosh, ATL Trader, Mr. JRH, all the people in the chat room, Cool Cats, Mr. Thayer, Londell Carter, all my truckers, everybody, thank you so much for watching. Brandon, appreciate it, bro. All the lurkers, I'll see you back here tomorrow. We'll wrap up the week, see what could possibly happen for Friday into next week. Praying for all the people down there in Houston, man. Hold it together. You got a long walk ahead of you, but the country's got your back. You're not alone out here. But I hope you guys get the support you need, because now everybody's getting some money, and that's a lot of greed for some reason comes into a lot of these people who say they want to help. And all that money they're collecting all of a sudden doesn't get spent the right way. We've seen that happen too many times lately. And somebody's got to be held accountable, man. We got to start holding somebody accountable for that shit. When all this money is getting raised and nobody's getting the help. The people who need it aren't getting the help. You know, these people are going to need deposits for new apartments. They're going to need clothes. You know, some of these people have been wiped out. The working poor, lost their jobs, lost everything, man. These people are going to need help. Big time. So if you want to donate, make sure you probably, get a hold of a good church or something like that, or somebody even help somebody directly that that's been affected and seriously needs it. Because I don't trust none of these little organizations or these celebrities. Hey, I'm raising money for this. Because they just turn around and give it to a big organization like the Red Cross or some shit like that. And they're not really trying to help you on a ground level. They tell you what to do with the money by funneling you into different organizations and shit like that. Those organizations, their money comes with rules. You trying to survive and they telling you what you can and can't do. Crazy shit, man. Just give me the money so I can get my place and get my life back together. Fuck all this. Fill out this form and, wait to hear back from us and all that shit. Come on. I'm giving you the money so you can give it to somebody else right now. Not 6 to 8 weeks, not 3 to 4 weeks. Right now, give them the money. So I don't trust Red Cross. I don't trust 90% of any of these. I like churches. Them good small churches, not the mega churches, them nice, good community churches. I love those churches. Love those little community churches because they always doing the right thing for the most part. All right, guys. I'll see you back here tomorrow. Happy trading. Take care, everybody. I'm out.